Hi everybody, Jen here, and I am back on the Crafty Maven Getaway YouTube channel for In Your Pocket Tuesday. And Project Life is not something I typically will do videos for, but I do Project Life. This year, I've kept up with it for 2 years. This is my third year doing Project Life, and I chose to do it a little bit differently this year. I decided to do it monthly. And I'm starting March. This is what is it, August? No, it's not August. It's the middle of September, and I am just starting March. So I have a long ways to go. I have not kept up this year, and I think it's because I chose to do it monthly, and I feel like I kind of like had the ability to slack off. So next year I am planning to keep on doing Project Life, but I'm going to go back to weekly, I think. So each month I do a title card, and unfortunately I have to use, the beginning of March I went on a cruise for spring break. So I have to use, based on my last page, this page protector, this style, which I'm not sure what it is, Becky Higgins, what it's called, but it's the vertical ones. So usually what I do is I will make a 4x6 title card with the month on it, but I didn't like the way, I didn't think it was going to look as good if it were vertical. So instead I decided to use a 3x4. It was like a die cut card from last year's Simple Story Summer line. I think it was like Good Day Sunshine or something like that. The wood grain said hello, and I just snipped a piece of my Shutterfly like envelope to back the hello, because that Soak Up the Sun has orange in it, and I wanted to keep a little bit more orange in the layout. I used some foam thickers to write out March, and then a couple of chipboard hearts, as well as this vine wood veneer. I couldn't tell you, I think it was Scraptastic, and I don't know why I picked it, I just thought it looked cute. So that was my title card, and that finishes up that card. And then I'm really not going to do too much. I'm not going to do anything to the Soak Up the Sun card. And the only thing I'm going to do on that postcard is kind of journal. This photo here that I'm using, putting that chipboard frame down, it's actually a picture out the window of an airplane, but you can actually see the city of Hartford, Connecticut, which is where we left from. So I put the frame around the city. You can't see it on camera. It's kind of blurry. But I'm going to use these Simple Stories block letters to write Goodbye Hartford on the frame. So just to add a little bit more interest to that photo, because the photo was cool, but you didn't really know what you were looking at, and it was kind of hard to see the city even in person. But when I put the frame around it, you can really see the city itself, and it kind of did the journaling for the photo on itself just by saying Goodbye Hartford. You can get that that's Hartford that you're seeing in the distance. So that card was pretty simple. The one thing I try to carry out throughout this 2-page layout are these little chipboard hearts. And I got them from the Pink Paisley. It was a couple springs ago. They're one of their spring lines. So that's where I got it from. And I kind of use them all over the place. I had this really cool epoxy, I guess it is, epoxy sticker that said adventure. The rest of the other 3 photos here are myself up on a ropes course on the Norwegian Getaway, which is the cruise ship we went on in March. So I made this this epoxy. Oh, so sorry. So sorry about the dogs barking. I didn't realize they were going to bark. I made this epoxy adventure fit into the circle that I was standing on, and then I also put the word epic, which you can't see here, but you can see fine in person. So it's going to say epic adventure, and that ropes course really was. I really had a fun time on it. The next thing I'm going to do is I got this set of Amy Tan epoxy. They're kind of like flare badges. A couple are epoxy, and then there's some that are like this very thin, I don't know if they're metal or plastic to look like metal, but it's a camera, and I put that below there. That's an old thing. I got it Tuesday morning this summer, but they were kind of like adventure and travel themed, so I definitely knew I could use those. This small 3x4 photo I've got here is actually a picture of myself sitting by the pool. Somebody had taken, my mom I think took it of me, but it's very kind of distracting with these other people in the background. So I put I love sunshine on that. So by putting the I love sunshine over the people in the background, it kind of eliminated them and drew your eye back towards me in the photo. And then I put a couple more of those chipboard hearts down. Then I'm going to do some journaling on that card that says postcard, and that will pretty much finish up this page for the project life. For this side, the left side of the page, the left side of the 2-page spread. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to finish up the journaling here, and then I will start get started on the second half of the page. Okay, so I'm just showing you the photos that I'm going to be using on this side of the page. And for those of you that follow me on my channel, my personal YouTube channel, you've probably seen several of these photos before because I did a large layout about this back in probably April or May or so. So for this page, this is the page I would have ideally liked to start with for March because it was kind of about the beginning of the trip, but because I had to use that other page protector, it just kind of, that's the way it went. It's still on the first page of the month though. So I took 2 cards, one has a suitcase and one has an airplane on it from the Simple Stories. I think it's like their little snap collection, but it's their travel line. I had gotten a set of the 3x4 and 4x6 cards, so I pulled those out. They fit perfectly here, and they actually kind of coordinate with the colors from the other side. When I do Project Life, I don't worry too much about the colors in the spread as long as they don't totally clash. I usually do try to carry over some colors throughout the entire 2-page spread, but that doesn't always happen. And I have no problem doing cream and white, like those 2 cards that are next to each other, the one that I just journaled on, and then the other one that says Our Incredible Vacation. One's white, one's cream. That doesn't bother me. I do that, no problem. I'm going to start working on these the bottom photo here, and I pulled out a chipboard hello arrow, and I'm using those same thickers, they're foam thickers, to do my little title here that's going to say Hello Miami, and I carried those through from the page before. That's the same font I used for the word March on my title card. Oh, excuse me. I'm looking through here. This is that chipboard back, and it's Hello Sunshine. That's what it was. And then I pulled out this little chipboard thing that said True Story, as well as a couple more of these chipboard hearts to carry out the theme of the hearts from through the entire layout. Then I have a little flare badge that says Let's Go. And I had journaled on that card that I just finished with the True Story and the hearts about our issue. Our ship almost hit a sailboat that had lost power, and we had to go back to port, and the divers had to come and check the boat to make sure that it was not damaged before we left. So that's why I have pictures of Miami at night, which was kind of cool. So I'm now still working on, that's another 3x4 picture, is another picture while we were taking off from Hartford. It was snowy, and we had, for those of you that live in New England, it was like one of the worst winters we've had in a long time. So it was kind of cool to know that we were leaving the snow behind for some warm weather. So with this, it had a lot of empty space. You kind of knew what it was regardless of if it was covered up or not. So I used another one of those epoxy Heidi Swap words, and this one said Explore, and that little metal badge above says Let's Go. So it says Let's Go Explore. That's just to fill up some empty space to add some interest to the photo. And then I think that's about all I do here on this page as well, and it's gonna pretty much finish up my layout. I do put some of these freckled fawn little puffy hearts on that page there. Oh no, I do one other card. on that little suitcase card that has some more journaling about packing and the beginning of our trip. I just put those there to fill up some space because I didn't have enough journaling to fit there, and I wanted something on there. So lastly, what I'm going to do is I have this ephemera pack from the Pink Paisley Atlas collection from this past summer, and I'm going to make a little cluster on the top left-hand photo at the bottom. That is just pictures of stuff that I'm going to, that I ended up packing for the trip. So I took this set of suitcases, and then I've got a couple other things, one that says baggage claim, that I'm just going to attach down and add a little interest to the photo because the photo's kind of busy, and it just kind of adds a little bit of something else to it. So that will finish up my Project Life layout for this week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.